The good news for everybody out there, though, is that we're going to open up our lines right now to answer all your immigration questions. We are live, and I say we as in I because there is no squeeze today. And you can call right now at 1-888-31-RADIO. That's 1-888-317-2346. It's 888-317-2346. We're clearing our lines. We have 27 lines open. We're going to be taking a lot of questions today. Call right now, 1-888-31-RADIO, 1-888-317-2346. While I'm waiting for the phone lines to light up, and we do have a lot of empty lines right now, so I do urge everyone to call 1-888-317-2346. I do want to remind everybody that my name is Brad Bernstein. I am the president of the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, and we are located down in downtown Manhattan at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. And you can give us a call at 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. If you want to call my office to make an appointment with me, I will be announcing that number over the course of the show for the next half hour. But if you do want to reach me, it's 1-800-LAW-LINK, 1-800-529-5465. You can check us out on the web at www.4immigration.com. You can check out our blog at sblawlink.com. It's very cool. Okay, there's no other law firm doing it. It is so cool. You can go to the Apple store if you got an Apple iPod or an Apple phone and download our the only lawyer to have a app on the App Store. Just type in Spar, download our app. You're going to get all our old videos. We update it daily. Check us out on Twitter at Spar Bernstein. Facebook, Spar Bernstein. Hi, you're on the air.
Hello?
Hi, you're on the air.
Hi, good morning, Mr. Bernstein.
How are you?
I'm okay. This is my situation. I came from the Caribbean and I went to Canada, right?
Right.
My boyfriend lived in New York and he decided that he wanted me to come to New York from Canada. So he arranged for me to come from Canada to New York. So this is my question to you.
Are you a Canadian? Are you a Canadian citizen?
No, I'm not. I'm a citizen of Grenada.
So when you say he arranged for you to fly from Canada to New York, did you come on somebody?
No, I crossed the border.
So you crossed basically without inspection.
Yeah.
Okay, so you entered the country without inspection. You're now living here. You're married to a U.S. citizen, and you want to know how you can be helped.
Yes.
That's your basic question, right? Basically, let me ask you a question. Do you have any parents here?
No, I don't.
Okay. Do you have any family here whatsoever?
Yes, I have relatives here.
What's your closest relative?
Hello?
What's your closest relative?
So I want to know
wait.
how
Just
can I become
answer.
a resident of America.
I'm trying to help you. What is your closest relative that you have here?
What is? I can't hear you.
Oh, you're on a cell phone. I'm asking what your closest relative is. Do you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
What did you say?
What is your closest relative that you have here?
My relatives that I have here.
The closest relative.
Oh, my closest relative.
Yes.
Now I can hear you.
Okay.
I have my aunt.
Okay. Did your aunt ever try to file for your mother or father?
No.
No. And you've never had anything filed for your green card ever before?
No, I didn't.
Okay. What the law says is that if you entered the country without inspection, which is what you did, you had to prove that you had something filed in the system before April 30th, 2001, that you were physically here on December 21st, 2000, or in the alternative, you had anything filed in the system prior to January 14th, 1998. The reason why I was asking you about your relatives, I was curious to see what relatives you had here, whether anybody could have possibly filed for you or your parents years ago. The answer is no to everything. You've never been filed for, your parents were never filed for, you've had no relatives who filed for you. So in essence, from what I gather, you were not in the system prior to April 30th, 2001. Therefore, you are ineligible to adjust your status here in the United States. If you were to file a visa petition, you would get a notice from the National Visa Center to go back. You said you're from Grenada?
Yes.
Okay, you would go back to the Bahamas to pick up a green card, and when you went back to the Bahamas, you would be barred for 10 years from returning unless you can prove extreme and unusual hardship to your husband, which is very difficult. What I would suggest you do, so basically right now, is, for lack of a better word, and I don't mean to hit you over the head, but for lack of a better word, you're screwed. Okay, you can't get your green card here, and if you go home, you're barred for 10 years. What I would suggest you do is you're married. You're married to this man now.
No, I'm not.
Okay, you're in a real relationship with him, and he wants to marry you. He loves you, and you love him.
Yes.
Okay, get married to him. Let him file an I-130 visa petition. Get your name in the system. Get it approved. Do nothing else. Do not process at the National Visa Center. Do nothing else but get that I-130 approved. The reason is that when President Obama changes the laws, along with Congress has to also help him in that change of laws, and it may very well happen this year, people who are in the system are going to get to go ahead of people who have done nothing. So I'd hate for you to have not filed anything, the laws change, and you're back, at the end of the line. So my advice to you would be file something now. It doesn't hurt, and it may help when the laws change.
Okay.
Just file the I-130. And now if you want to ask me more questions, you can give me a call at 1-800-LAW-LINK. It's 1-800-529-5465. We can do a telephone consultation. We can do a consultation in my office. Okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. Hi, you're on the air.
Yes, good morning.
Yes.
I'm just called concerning a friend of mine. Thing is, she's wondering about filing her income taxes. She's been in this country for 10 years, going to 10 years. She was filed for by her sister. She got a notice that she was approved. She has never filed their income tax. How does that work? And what can she
Well,
do?
if she worked, she has to pay taxes, whether she worked legally or illegally. It's not going to. That's a different issue than as to will it affect her immigration if she didn't work, or if she. The only way it would affect immigration is if she worked and didn't pay taxes on it. So she should try to pay a tax return if in fact she worked, because that's what the law requires her to do. But the fact that whether she worked or didn't work is not going to be the end-all be-all of whether she gets a green card or not. It's whether the sister can file an affidavit of support for her with the proper documentation to prove that she would not become a public charge.
So then she can file for her income tax this year, like in February.
The law says, let me explain to you what the law says. The law says that if you work, whether legal or illegal, you have to pay taxes. If you want to come into my office to discuss your specific situation, how it relates to immigration, I would suggest you give us a call at 1-800-LAW-LINK. It's 1-800-529-5465.